from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Jay Shalom.
Mike, I can barely even hear you. What's wrong?
This day just took a horrible fucking turn.
What happened,
dude.
man?
Oh, horrible turn. I right before we pressed go.
Did you walk dog poop into the house?
No, I didn't. I told you that I had bitten the side of my tongue or a canker. I don't know what it is, but it's driving me nuts. It's making it hard to talk because I keep biting it and it hurts every time. So I ran upstairs really quick and I know I've got. Is it Ambisol? Is that what that shit is?
Sure.
It's like for, whatever. It'll just like numb it or something. And I'm going through these containers where everything is put, right? And it's like
Your junk drawer.
Yeah. Well, it's not. As you know, I've been in the process of selling this house. My mom has been a saint and has, helped with. She's great with organizing. And so she was like, "You box up these books. I'll deal with this closet thing here and get these things organized."
I saw her working over here, and I was like, wait, is it your birthday? Mother's Day? What is it?
Yeah, what's going on here? And so I'm going through the box, and I can't find anything now. It's like, what the fuck is my goddamn whatevers, because they're all boxed away and shit. And so pulling these crates out, and I'm opening them, and I'm digging through them. But I know I have this, so where is it? And, oh, my God, dude. In one of the boxes.
Oh, no. Dead rat?
No.
Condom? Used condom?
Worse.
Oh, boy. God, what is it?
Stay hard beaded cock rings with one missing.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I have to call my mom and let her know I don't use
And
stay
it's-
hard beaded
Oh, no,
cock
Mike,
rings.
and it's the medium size.
You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom picked that up and
Yeah.
put it into a container.
She did. Delays ejaculation. For a super
Look,
hard erection. Boy, this is
I mean,
the
that shit
third or
doesn't shock
fourth.
me. It just fits into the
Yeah, I
string
know.
of
The same
normal.
narrative.
What?
Yeah, the whole thing, the boner pill thing.
No,
It's-
dude, you got to
Well,
understand.
Is everything all right, Mike?
If I was creating an argument,
Do you want me to get rock right now
Mm.
and fucking just stand here
Mm.
rock
Please
and
don't.
prove to you that I don't need a fucking stay hard cock ring? But I feel like I have to call my mom right now and just like, because she's probably been thinking about this for weeks. My son's wearing stay
I agree.
hard
You should call
cock
her
rings,
right now.
dude.
I agree.
We should call her right now, honestly.
Fuck, dude. This is
Quick
horrible.
apology to Pat.
Be nice.
Nobody needs
okay?
to see that. Yeah.
If she answers, I don't even know if she'll answer, but be nice.
It is interesting that you took the medium sized one, though. Boy, the small
horrifying.
one.
Horrifying. She's been thinking about wearing a cock ring for fucking 2 weeks at
Yeah.
least.
Wait, you think she thinks you've been wearing it for 2 weeks, like straight?
Dude, of course there's one missing from the box. Of course. Evidence
Oh,
is-
God.
Hi,
Damn
this
it.
is Pat. Leave a message and I'll get back.
Damn it. Answer your phone, lady. Call you back again. I can't move forward. Dude, my day
could
is
she
ruined. I
possibly be
can't
doing?
focus on anything else.
I would open this up, but I fear that you may have sized these. Taking them
No.
out like, oh, I can't get that one
That
on.
didn't happen.
No.
Didn't happen.
Wow. It's unfortunate, sir.
Here's the thing, dude. Let's say small ring, maximum erections, medium ring,
Hi, this is Pat. Leave a
hard
message and I'll
erections, large ring, encircle the upper part of your scrotum to help prevent premature ejaculation. So you're supposed to wrap it around the base of your dick and your balls.
Bring your balls all the way through
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's funny. I had a kind of a similar situation when I lived with Deuced in law school. He was going get his PhD at Wayne.
Tell me you
so
didn't find his box of cock rings.
No, we had a cock ring though,
Yeah.
openly displayed in our kitchen.
Mm.
And my mom, she was definitely over there. Kind of the same thing. We're getting ready to move and stuff. And I do remember the cock ring was prominent.
See, but though, if that's hanging on the wall, it's like, haha, obviously. Mine was buried in a
Yeah,
closet where it's
boy.
like my mom is like,
With
oh,
one
there's
missing.
one missing. Fuck. Dude,
There's one missing.
one missing. And
That's
the one
damning,
that would
Mike.
probably fit best, too.
So you're thinking like you have no recollection of this, is your claim?
My claim is, look, I've been sent
Listen.
horrific shit over the years at the Drew and Mike show. Every porn you can
Yeah,
imagine,
but if it wasn't
magazines,
opened-
videos, DVDs. What are those things called?
Condoms, Mike.
Yeah.
Prophylactics, Jimmy's.
Yeah.
Look, it's open. There's one missing. That's the
And
problem with this whole thing.
It wasn't sitting in your room where you have all that other shit.
Yeah.
was in a
It
pile.
wasn't in the Motley Crue room or the Wood room.
The
It was in
only-
your closet, tucked away. Like one would
neatly.
do.
Neatly.
One would tuck it away if it were something you'd use.
I've been sent lube, vibrating vagines.
We had a big black
Yeah, but
fist
don't-
over
We had a
there.
big black fist.
But
yeah.
those usually go in some pile of jokery. Like, oh, this is the funny
I don't have
stuff.
a
That's it, ready?
jokery drawer. I don't have a pile of jokery.
Yes, you did. This whole thing was it for the longest time.
Yeah, those
here
shelves over there, full of jokery.
Yeah, but that was show jokery, not personal
Well,
jokery.
what you're
yeah, but that's what
describing,
you're
what you're saying is, oh, this is probably show jokery from back in the Drew and Mike
okay,
days.
in my defense, there's no price tag on this, and you'll notice the UPC is X'd out.
Yeah, but so what,
doesn't
man?
mean
It's
anything.
still in.
You could've-
Absolutely.
It's in your linen closet along with your toenail
Why would
clippers and
that
other
help?
shit you use every week.
Price
One's missing, Mike.
I know. Here's the only thing I can think, and I will follow up on this and get clarification. It's
With who?
possible, Beth.
Okay.
It's possible that I found this one night in there and went, this would be hilarious. Strip nude, throw it on, rock as fuck, and just walk out
Don't
like
you think you'd remember
helicopter.
that?
No, not
Mike has
necessarily.
a weird, and
Not
by weird I
necessarily.
mean terrible memory.
I've got this great pair of googly-eyed underwear where the nose hole is cut out, and your dong.
Yeah,
goes
and you
through it.
remember using that.
I've used it so many
Don't you
times. on
think you'd
so many
remember
people. Yeah, I've used it on
strapping
God.
that thing under your panoose?
There's nothing better than walking into Mark Fellhauer's bedroom with your dick through a nose hole, googly eyes, and be like, "Hey, Mark, have you seen the remote?"
It's a lot of fun, yeah.
And then he turns around, "Oh God!" You know, hilarious.
fun.
The room loses it. It's outrageous. It's fun. But I'm sorry. Bear with me, guys.
Is that Pat?
Well, what the fuck she's doing? She's probably so humiliated that she thinks this about her son. She's
Well, she's been
Blowing
on
me
for
off.
18 nights in a row. She's not slapped a wink.
my dad wasn't here. I'd call him. I hope to God she didn't address this with him.
E, are you troubled at all by the size of these things?
Let me see. I don't even really look at them. Never seen what they.
You
look.
can take the small one. E.
Oh, thank you. I don't
That
know.
little one looks like it'd
I
fit on your thumb.
Leave a message
Yeah.
and I'll get back.
Dude, she's humiliated about her
Yeah,
son.
she
She doesn't even
won't
want to talk to
For
me.
a super hard erection.
You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? She will call me back. She
It
must
says
be
May-
golfing or something.
By the way, it says May
in therapy, crying about her shit
May
son.
delay in ejaculation. Not,
May. Yeah.
not a guarantee.
Mm-mm. Oh my God.
No recollection of
Made in
using that,
China,
Mike.
designed
No.
in New York City, though.
That
No
doesn't mean it
recollection.
didn't happen. I mean, who's to say?
I've never looked at something before and saw like the made of and then designed in. It says made in China, but designed in New York City.
Oh.
The reason I probably
Yeah, I've
brought
never
these
noticed
home
that either.
is
It's interesting.
these particular stay hard beaded cock rings are phallalitis free. Which, dude, anyone that's had phallalitis on their dong knows.
Well, anyone who's put phallalitis into a vagine, that's just rude.
it's
you know?
rude. It probably would burn
It's
and
like-
stuff.
No MSG, right?
Right, exactly. Can you bing phallalitis?
Yeah, can you-
I
no
want to know
phallallisis.
because they're bragging about it on the cover
I know.
of the stay hard beaded cock ring
Yeah.
box.
Yeah, it's got to be like MSG.
Yeah, yeah. Which where are they taking it out mostly? Is that the Chinese restaurants that are really pushing hard the no MSG?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, well, Isis does that. Everybody, Hamlin Pub.
Oh,
They
hold
just-
on. Before you move on, Jay, I'm leaving the phone thing potted up, and so if she calls,
Okay,
we'll
we'll
be
get
able to interrupt our regularly scheduled programming and take the call
This
on
is
the
that
spot.
important.
It's that important. Yes.
Hamlin Pub just rolled out a new menu this month. Try their new culinary creations, which include Southwest Cobb salad, candied Brussels sprouts, Korean steak tacos, chicken share, or the big brisket sandwich, or start your day with an award-winning backyard Bloody Mary.
All right, E, what do we got?
Here.
Do they have a pronunciation? Can I hear how they pronounce it?
Maybe just.
Is that
salt
what I mean.
or a salt of phallic acid?
Phthalate.
phthalate?
Well, it's probably bad for dicks and vagines is their point, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Dangers of phthalates, a family of industrial chemicals used to soften PVC plastic and as solvents in cosmetics and other consumer products, can damage the liver, kidney, lungs, and reproductive
go.
system,
There you
particularly
go.
developing testes.
Yeah. It's the softening part that
Well,
caught my ear.
So these
You
don't
know
have
what?
anything
If you're putting cock rings on your baby's developing testes, you're an asshole, aren't you?
You ought to be
who's
arrested.
You should be. That's abusive as hell, man. Well, I'm glad they took phthalates out of cock rings because that's just troubling.
wash with soap. Care and handling. Wash with soap and warm water before and after each use. Do not used on open wounds, and then it says sold as a novelty only. Oh,
is that their way of backing out of like, you're gonna stay rock hard long?
Yeah.
Once they say
who's
novelty,
buying
it's
these
like
as a
gag
novelty?
gift.
Hey, I'm gonna put this on my dig. It doesn't really work, but it's funny anyway.
I mean, when you get the fake glasses and the nose and mustache, like they don't need it's a novelty. So anyone thinking like, I'm going to use these as my prescription glasses, it's a novelty. I think they're bailing on the fact that they're claiming that you'll stay rock hard.
Some lawyer got involved.
God, think about that. Some lawyer had to sit there for these cock rings and say, better make sure you put novelty only, just in case we get any letters saying I put this on my dick and it did not get any harder.
Tweet at me.
I love the fact that there's one missing. I know that tickles me.
If there wasn't one missing, this call isn't necessary. Like I'd just be like, whatever. Some asshole sent it to me. I just threw it in the closet.
Dude,
there's one missing, and it's the one that would fit my dong probably.
It doesn't really. They don't really say that these things are for size of the dongs. Technically, it just has to do with how much restriction. Like
I know, but just practically speaking, right? I mean,
but if Mike really didn't want to have premature ejaculation, he would use the large one, whether he fit or not.
I mean, in her mind, the facts, the evidence is damaging. That box was opened. One of the cock rings was taken out. Why? What is there any chance she would go? Maybe he just took the medium one out and threw it away.
I would say
she's gonna be like, oh God, my son had this on the base of his dick.
Yes.
If I had been you, I would have the bedouar would have been the place I would not have had her do it because
bedouar.
Yeah, the bedroom.
What else has she found in there?
Well, Mike told me that there was
dude, there's lube in there.
Some panties situation.
Yeah, my mom was like, do you think Goodwill will want these? I had like 6 thongs from different girls over the years in like a fucking bag. I don't even know whose they were.
Wait, Mike.
And I'm like,
do you have a panty room?
I have a panty room. Dude, I couldn't tell you whose they were. I don't even know where they came from. It was just like in a
But they happen to be all together, stuffed in a drawer. That's psychopath shit.
No, it was in like a bag, dude, with a bunch of
like
random
trophy shit. That's psychopathic, man.
I got the idea from a guy named Gene, and I didn't have him nailed to the wall, but it's like, my mom and I had a giggle. We were both there. I'm like, well, your boy did good. and I'm like, I don't know. Does Goodwill want thongs? Does Goodwill need lacy
sell
thongs?
Boxers and bras and panties, believe it or not.
I think I just ended up throwing them in the garbage.
Give me a good sniff first.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Told my mom to turn her head and gave me a good.
Never mind the sound effect coming.
All right, you can come back in, Ma.
Nothing else.
Turn your
panties.
She turn your
around.
head and then
plug earmuffs, Mom. Oh fuck, that's Jennifer. Oh yeah, that's Jennifer.
And then just like, okay, we're good. Continue on.
I don't know, man. Really, honestly, if you said we're letting Pat into Mike's room to clean it up, I don't think that's that awful that she found a six panties.
It's not. It's
and a fucking cock ring.
I didn't care that she found panties. I wouldn't have given a shit if she found drugs galore. I wouldn't have cared.
The cock ring, though, huh?
Dude, the cock ring just sounds deep. It just sounds like
damning.
What's he up to that just regular
does take it to another level.
Yeah, it's like, okay, he's one step closer to justifying fucking a goat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Plus she
that's how it starts. You work up. It's like, man, I can't just get hard anymore. I need cock rings to stay rock.
Plus she listens and hears about you wanting the Viagra.
Yeah, I'm talking about pills. Beth won't whiz on me, and I like toilet seats over their head and fucking gag on it. And now she's got this visual of me with a giant cock ring on as I'm making a chick gag on it with a toilet seat.
No mother deserves that, Mike.
Dude, I'd rather call my mom and be like, look, I want to, turns out I am gay. I'd rather make that call than the deniability of a medium-sized cock ring missing from a box she found. Fuck. Why won't she call back?
Just wait. Gabara asked, whenever we do a cock ring story, we got to follow it with
He got livid with us last time we did a nice cock ring story.
I know, and I skipped right over it. Yeah. Sorry about that, Gabara. Our good friends at Zotford and Holly are excited to offer their interest rate amnesty program for a short time. If the interest rate or payment on your current vehicle is too high, Zotford will help you solve the problem. Process is easy. Hop in your current turd mobile. Head to Zotford and Holly, pick a shiny new or pre-owned whip, choose your new payment option, and start enjoying your fresh new ride today. Bottom line is that Zotford wants to lower your payment. Surf their sick inventory at dealsinthed.com.
Unless you guys want one of these two, I can imagine which size would go with who. I'll give one of these to Gabara if he wants. They're unused. They really are.
Again, I'm telling you, these
you guys got dibs.
sizes.
Obviously, you guys are here if you want to take dibs.
These are just how much you want These are just basically like the large one is
Take it
just
for a walk around the block. Maybe
I understand.
rules.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
saying
awesome.
that's indicative of how big a dick is, but you're right. I mean, it's how hard you want that thing pressed around your dick.
This large
And-
one is mainly so you really don't want premature
But
ejaculation.
that goes around your
Jesus.
baggie.
Jesus, the little one would squeeze it harder. Understood?
But that's what it says here in the back on the description of them. It literally, that's what it says.
What does the little one say?
The small one just says maximum erections. The other one says, the medium says hard erections. The large one then says encircle the upper part of your scrotum to
that
help
gets
prevent
the dick
premature.
through it.
That's
So
what I was
why
coming
the
up with.
ejaculation is trying to cut off. Is
Gotcha.
the vas
the
deferens?
the seminal vesicle, the vas
Yeah.
deferens.
So it's
Sure.
just trying to put up a roadblock before it can escape through the.
That
through
seems
the
like a
hole,
very
you know what I
healthy
mean?
situation.
It's taking the garden hose and just pinched
Bending it. Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
at some point it's going to bust. But
So that's what I was trying to point out. It says, according to this, it's not. It's really just how much you want to
Yeah.
avoid. But what who doesn't want? Why wouldn't everyone? If you're doing these, if you're using a cock ring, don't you definitely want to avoid premature ejaculation?
Oh, hell
Is someone using a cock ring and with a goal of impregnating a girl?
I imagine too. You know, when you brought up the example of the hose, the kinking of the hose. When you've got one of those sprinklers out front and you kink the hose and then you let it go, that initial shoots.
Yeah.
So do you think if you
It's
were
a
to
good visual, right?
wrap that around your scrot and you think when you release that, do you
Oh,
think it's
God.
like the garden hose release where you fucking fire a hole in the wall?
Maybe.
Well, we are
Boy.
in No Nut November, Mike, so we're not supposed to be having a.
Wait, what?
It's supposed,
No, not November.
guys are. It's a stupid thing that.
Wrong. This is fake news.
It's a stuped thing that how there's like Moshe member and all
Yeah,
this.
no. This is
Someone
going too
started-
far now.
I
Way
know
too
someone was trying to get a thing going that
far.
guys should not ejaculate in the month of November.
Why would they do that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is this a feminist thing?
Must be.
Some feminist blogger start this idea? Guys shouldn't nut for the entire month of November.
I don't
Fuck
think
you.
anyone wants to see
No way.
the repercussions of that.
board with Movember if you want to grow a beard, but I think we can all agree we need to come as much as possible, especially in November as it's getting cold outside.
That's a good point.
Come in faces, butts, vagines, stomachs, titties, feet if you're one of those weirdos. Sad.
Sad.
Did you guys go vote today?
Sure did.
Did.
As evidenced by my sticker.
Wow, you got that. See, last year, remember, my place didn't have the I voted sticker. I was devastated.
It's bullshit. I'd walk
Yeah.
out.
My
I
last year,
believe you
2 years
accused
ago.
me of lying about voting. You were like,
Yeah, I
"Dude,"
did.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I've
dude,
never-
I swear to God, I
Never
voted.
seen that. They all
Yeah.
have stickers.
Hopefully they have them this year. I will demand one if they do. I'm going to go right after the show,
Yeah.
shoot down there and do it. Did you vote D? R? Where did you go?
I was all across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did some D's, some R's, some L's.
How do you think you did on the test?
I think I'm pretty good.
Did you
The
answer
one
all the
thing that
questions?
bothered me most, though, this time, man, usually you've got the normal Scantron with the circles or the ovals.
Mhm.
It was like rectangles this time. It was a lot of work
Wow.
filling
Well,
those rectangles. And
Just
I'm
put
always
an X.
X?
no.
check?
See, that's the thing, man. I am always, and I've been like this since all through school. I was
Yeah.
always fearful to not fill in the whole thing.
Mm.
And they say, oh, all you have to do is mark in there. But dude, I would always like get it exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so I sat there today and I'm like, rectangle, rectangle, rectangle.
How
actually-
long is this test, by the way? Is it long?
It's two-sided.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, just know that you're gonna look at the R's, hit those, and then and then maybe your proposals. I guess I don't know.
No, there's a bunch I didn't vote
I'm-
for just because if I don't know
Right.
the people, I'm not going to give them a free vote. I'm just not
Really?
gonna, yeah.
You don't pick coolest name?
No, because
Wow.
that's the thing, dude. I don't like all these judges with like Irish names.
Yeah,
They end up
yeah,
floating
yeah.
Oh,
through it 'cause it's
Sullivan.
Callahan, you know.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
Yeah.
If I don't know you or haven't read about you, I'm not voting.
Well, I more so than like the direction of the country, I want the Republicans to win so bad just to see the liberal left lose their fucking shit. Like, dude, I was watching the news last night, and these people are literally like, if you want a future for your children, you will vote Democrat. If you want Nana to
dude,
live for the rest of the year, you need to vote Democrat.
Right.
Like, they are going to lose their fucking minds.
Did you
I
hear,
have flat
Bill
out
Maher?
heard killing
Bill Maher,
people.
dude. Yeah, Bill Maher was talking about like, this might be the last chance to save the future for your children. in this
Right.
country. I
Oh,
was
dude,
like,
they're
dude,
basically saying flat out, dude. Dude, do you want to kill people? Then vote the one side. Like
it's
I've heard them.
they're not. It's
flat
not
out
even
say
trying to
kill.
be masked anymore. And so for that reason alone,
It would be fun, dude.
it's just like I can't wait to like flip on CNN just to see Don Lemon lose his fucking mind. Rachel Maddow in tears again? Yes,
Mm.
please.
Mm.
yeah, that
Yes,
would be
please.
fun.
Did you vote, Yeti?
I did.
Who'd you vote for?
Basically, I voted for the
You don't have to tell us.
I know. I understand
personal.
that. I understand that. I talked to honestly. I think I've said this before, but I usually will go to my dad on some of this stuff and
Love
just
it.
ask him. Like me and my dad tend to believe
Jay does that
this
too.
down the same line. Except I'm sure
Right.
one thing I voted on that my dad did not is I voted for the pot, and
Did
I'm
ya?
sure my dad
Hell
would
yeah.
have voted negative on that. I doubt that he would
After
have.
your experience with
the
pot,
edible?
with the
That was my
edibles,
own fault. That wasn't pot's fault. That was not marijuana's fault. That was me being a bad consumer.
personal responsibility.
Yeah,
I like
that's
it.
good,
E.
E.
Good job. You are growing up.
But what was I gonna say? No, but I agree with you, Mike. Though that would be absolutely. You want to talk about popcorn and stuff like we've talked about in the
Yeah.
past, dude? It would be funny once again to see these people because they just assumed Trump happened. It was terrible. But dude, there was enough that was like nobody will vote the Republicans back in after this. We've all seen that it's terrible.
Yeah.
We've done our job, and
Well,
it would be funny
does
to see them lose their shit.
Does the landscape feel almost identical to 2016's presidential election? Where I'm not hearing a lot of ideas. I'm hearing a lot of people going, there's no way the country can go this road. There's a lot of attacks for racism
Right.
and xenophobia and homophobia and all this bullshit stuff. It's like, did nobody learn anything? Like, if
No.
you think you're going to stop Republicans by going, you're racist, it's like, dude, boy who cried wolf, man. I know I'm not a racist. I know Jay's not. Do you think Jay would sit here with an actual racist doing a show? Or E for that matter? No.
I would not.
You wouldn't. If you truly believed in your heart of hearts that I was a rotten fucking racist guy, you wouldn't.
Right.
You know, and neither would you, E. And so I'm very comfortable going, call me whatever you want. Call Republicans. Just the fact that you're a conservative, now you're a racist, go fuck yourself, man. I don't think that's going to work, but I'm fascinated to see the polls are all over the polls they're doing are all over the map. And I think it's going to be the same as during the election in 2016. Like, I would never talk to them. I would never talk, I'm voting for never.
Mhm.
Fuck off, click. That's it. Just like you guys would. Pete Davidson's still in the news. He's not going to get fired, right? There's no way.
No.
Dude, they're coming out now and saying he ad-libbed the whatever word. Like that joke that he said about Dan Crenshaw, right?
Yeah.
The matey, the guy with the Navy SEAL who had the patch on his eye on Saturday Night Live. What was the joke? He looked like a hitman in
from
a
the 80s
porno
porn,
movie.
yeah.
No, the problem was
that he
the
said
end of it when he said, I know he lost his eye in the war or whatever. It
Whatever.
was just dismissive, and that was the problem with the joke.
You know, I heard on what's his name. I know we read it yesterday, but I heard the guy that the candidate that he was making fun of.
Dan Crenshaw?
I heard him do the voice of like saying, you know, I don't want to be in this thing. I think it's dangerous that we should all just ask for apologies for everything, this and that.
Yeah.
But then when he
Right.
said the thing about the joke, and the thing is, it was so Trump-esque. The thing is, it wasn't even funny. And I know we talked about it yesterday already.
And I'll
but
read you the quote. I know where you're going with this.
I just heard it again, and I thought
Yeah.
again, like, okay, I understand why people could be offended. I really do. I thought about it more yesterday. I still stand by. To me personally, it's just a joke. I just don't, whatever. But I can understand why people be offended. But that whole thing of just, and it wasn't even funny.
Yeah,
That's-
well, part of the joke was entirely improvised by him. Basically, the word, like, I know he lost in the war, whatever. And I agree with Kenan Thompson. Kenan Thompson was on the Today Show, and he said something like, I think in that moment, you're going for a laugh, and that joke didn't land with the reaction that he thought it was. And so there's kind of a nervousness in the air. He's like, I know that's the end of the war, whatever. He wasn't dismissive of war veterans, but it was just like this awkward thing that you see young comedians not get the reaction they thought. And I'm not against saying that that's what happened. I'm not. You know, maybe it did. Maybe he hates veterans. I don't know what's truly in his heart. But
I just think he's a dopey guy.
yeah.
Yeah, and he just
And he
came up with
fucking
the line
hates
or
the
whatever.
right.
Yeah.
He despises Trump and the right. So, you know, Crenshaw did say they should apologize and donate $1 million to charities for veterans.
I thought he said he didn't need to
Yeah.
apologize for everything.
Oh, there's an agenda behind the
I
whole
know,
thing.
I know.
It's that you demand the apology so it riles up your base the day before election.
Well, you know what's funny? I think not funny. I'm getting that stuck in my head of not saying it's funny. Anyway, I was listening to a radio show last night. This dude, his name's Savage, Dr. Savage, whatever. He's on 760 at night. And he was talking about this situation. And he was talking about SNL and just ripping SNL. And this guy tends to be on the Trump side. But it was like, it's funny to me that I was able to listen to this guy and go like, and he's like, I've been alive for all this time. I can honestly say I've never watched one full sketch of SNL, but it's never been funny. And I'm like, what are you talking about, you moron? What do you mean? For one, you just said you've never even watched a full sketch, and you just said, and it's never been funny. And so my point is,
it's pointless bullshit about whether something's funny or not.
no, but my
we talk
point
about it
was,
all the time. That shit is subjective. There's no way to say it's not. Like, dude, There are people that fucking hate Kids in the Hall. You and I are not fans of Kids in the Hall. I understand they have a cult following, and lots of people find that shit funny as hell. Whatever.
My point was more
To
not
each
about the
their own.
subjectivity of comedy, but I was like, I feel like at least it's like I'm able to listen to a guy that I believe a lot of his shit on, but then still listen to one thing and go,
Yeah.
dude, you're wrong in this, dude. This is bullshit. And it just shocks me how many people still aren't like that. How many people can just like listen to one. That's what I was more trying to say.
Well, he said they probably should apologize, but it doesn't mean I'm going to demand an apology. I don't want to demand an apology that is hollow and empty, which is what you would get. You would get a shallow, hollow, and he knows that. He said, I have thick skin. In the SEAL teams, we poke fun at each other all the time, but I have certain rules for when my friends poke fun at me.
Wow.
And so this is the part where Davidson fucked up because he didn't fully understand the rules that Ben Crenshaw had for poking
Right.
fun, you know? So he says, it has to be original. It has to be witty. It has to actually be funny. All right. And this wasn't funny. And so that's where the real trouble comes
Wow,
in.
those
It
are
wasn't
some-
witty and funny. And I'm like, dude, do you understand how dumb that sounds?
He must be hanging
Like, you
around
want to
some.
represent a slice of the population, and it's like, you can't see how stupid that sounds.
He must hang around some really fucking funny people if that they fuck with each other regularly. But they have
Everything's
to,
original.
but every one of those things has to
Not
happen.
original, not witty. Take it back, Bill. Take it back. That wasn't witty or original.
Dude, we all once in a while, making our friends laugh, will go to a, oh, what's this, dick size joke? Or I mean, so man, his friends have to at all times be coming with original content.
Rough.
I think the joke's kind of original and witty. You know, 80s porn hitman. I mean, that's not bad.
Mm.
It's not bad. Yeah, I do think today's culture and today's politics, we tend to throw rocks at each other back and forth, demanding apologies for every upset that is done to us. They certainly cross the line, but their apology won't mean anything to me. What they should do is pull their money together and donate some veterans charities. Davidson and the show's producers should give $1 million. I know. I was laughing as I was watching people talk about this, and it was just like, this is the most outrageous thing I've ever seen in my life. Is this how you feel? And I'm like, Sean Hannity, shut the
Oh,
fuck
God.
up, dude. Really? I am outraged. It's like, of all the fucking times you bitch at snowflakes being outraged, it's like, dude, what Ben or Dan Crenshaw should have done is just come out and go, yeah, you know what? This is what they do on the left. They're fucking dicks. You know, I lost my eye in the war. I'm proud to have served this country, but I expect nothing less. This is kind of what they do. Move on. Don't suggest an apology. Demand that you fucking give money to charities.
Or dude,
Ask for firings. No, just go, this is taking a high road. It was insensitive. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. Proud of my service in the military. I hope people hit the polls on Tuesday.
But if you do
Done.
that, you don't take advantage of two things. You don't rile up the base against the left-wing media and entertainment. And
That's what Hannity's for.
and two, you don't have the chance of getting a donation to a charity you care about.
Yeah. But
So
isn't that
it's-
Hannity's job? I know Dan is saying this. He's taking the high road, but this is an outrage. People should donate. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. I just don't think it's right. You know, I don't know. I just hate all this shit. You know, because you just know it's filled with partisan politics, and I don't know. It was a shit joke. It's mean. Of course it is, but whatever. Anyway, so Kenan Thompson was on the Today Show. He said, look, my father was a veteran, Vietnam. I personally would never necessarily go there, but it's tough when you're fishing for jokes. That's how stand-ups feel. Like, there's no real filter when you're trying to go for a great joke or whatever. We try to respect that, but at the same time, when you miss the mark, you're offending people. You really need to be a bit aware, in my opinion. He definitely missed the mark. I think he was really commentating more on the fact that the joke maybe didn't land as hard as he wanted. He went on to say Davidson was a humble dude with a big heart, would never deliberately cause offense. I don't think he really goes out to offend people. Stand-ups are the ones who help us laugh through, you know, most difficult times, blah, blah, blah. And I agree with all that. And I totally get that. You know, I know what it's like to be concocting, and you both probably do too, concocting something in your head where you're like, oh fuck, do I throw this out there? You're like, and then you come to the real and you go, fuck it, it's funny. And sometimes they work, sometimes you guys get horrified looks on your faces. It is what it is.
Now I got
But I want people to go there. I do. I want Pete Davidson to continue to go there, and I want to continue to go there, and I want Jay to, and E, all of us. God, did the Megyn Kelly story just fucking vanish, by the way? Wasn't she fired like a week ago?
She was. Yeah, I mean, she left with all her money, basically. I didn't hear the terms of the separation, but it sounds like she...
Working on it still.
Okay.
So she's owed $69 million.
Oh, well, look,
69
it's what we said before.
million.
NBC was looking for any chance they could to get rid of her.
Yeah.
And this was their shot. And so
Well-
they trumped it up.
Yeah.
Good for her, actually. I think it's better.
Well, she's
Take that-
demanding 10 million more. She wants 10 million more. Otherwise, she
take it.
won't sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement.
Right.
So, and I'm like, fuck the 10 million. Don't sign the NDA. I'd rather she come out and publicly do an interview and talk all about it. If they don't already have her under a non-disclosure, that's insane. Right?
No, right. She must be, right? She must be talking about the terms of the settlement or something. I don't know.
It's the two sides are fighting over whether or not she will sign a non-disclosure as part of her exit. It's all-out war in negotiations between Meghan and NBC. She doesn't just want
it does
the
seem
remainder.
to relate just to her whole relationship with the show and the
Yeah. I mean, I
network.
just can't imagine. I've never signed a contract that didn't include an NDA. Never. I can't imagine somebody at NBC National wouldn't be forced to sign an NDA, especially someone coming in with controversy right out of the gate.
Well, you come in with leverage, though, right? She had enough leverage to get a $69 million deal. Maybe she had enough leverage also to not have to sign an NDA.
Wow. So she's refusing to sign it unless she gets the additional money from the network, which she's asking for $10 million. And they were talking about she was supposed to be a big part of the Tuesday night election coverage with Lester Holt and Savannah Guthrie and Chuck Todd from Meet the Press or whatever. And they sent out promos and stuff, and then they've erased her from that and blown her out. And I guess she was part of the State of the Union at one point with the same panel, basically, Chuck Todd, all these people. And I found it weird. So it was Lester Holt, Savannah Guthrie, Andrea Mitchell, Tom Brokaw, Chuck Todd. And the people inside are saying, no one knows what to talk with her about at the table for the coverage. They were like, what do we even do with it? I'm like, really? What, she's got a different political opinion than you professionals on the national. What are we supposed to do with Megyn Kelly sitting here? She doesn't agree with exactly what we think. I don't know. Give your opinions and let her give hers.
Just shows how homogenized the thought is over there, you know?
Unbelievable.
You just don't even want to open that a crack and allow her to get spew her evil views on NBC.
If you could, Jay, humor me for just 1 minute. I want to run down what she said again. And I'm totally serious. Like, she is just a racist, basically a Klan member now. This probably, not that she can't work again, but that's her fear, is that they're trying to end her career completely. And so I was reading again what her comments were, and I'm desperate to know, like, how do you go racist, Klan member? She said it was okay when she was growing up for white people to dress up as black characters. What is racist about that? Because you do get in trouble if you're a white person who puts on blackface on Halloween or a black person who puts on whiteface for Halloween. When I was a kid, that was okay as long as you were dressing up as like a character. Anyone? Floor?
You just can't go there, Mike. You cannot go
Well,
there.
the fact is, she said the word blackface, which
good
alone,
point.
I don't even think you need to say it in a
It shows a level of ignorance, Mike. Dude, it is what we've described. They wanted to get rid of her. Her ratings sucked. They hated her, and they trumped this up. And
wrongful termination. Will you take the case?
That's why she's getting all her money.
Yeah. Well, it's a contract. She signed a contract, could you go to court with a comment like that going, dude, they fired me because I asked a simple question like, this is the way it was in the 80s. This is the way it is now. Why is this all of a sudden racist? I think that's a fair question. It's ignorant. I get it. And it's stupid to even go there, especially on network television. But I don't see like, whatever.
It's where we are.
Yeah. Vote people. Bill Gates. See Bill Gates.
With the poo.
Yeah. Do you have a picture of this? Do you think he over-pooed in the jar?
It's a lot of poo.
Look at that.
You don't need that.
Dude.
Make your point with a little turd, man.
You've had to take young Tank and who's the other guy?
Moose
in for the vet, and they do that awkward thing of like, bring a stool sample.
No, we don't go to the vet.
Okay, good. I've been there when they do that. Well, we need a stool sample. I don't fill up a trash bag with cat shit and bring it to him. It's like, dude, look at that jar of shit there. That's human shit.
It's an object lesson, Mike.
Yeah.
You know,
you are a visual learner, Jay.
I am a visual learner, and this is presumably a large audience. We need the people in the back to be able to see.
Yes, he's in Beijing here, and he's brilliant.
Hey, people in the back row, nosebleeds. Can't you just take his word for it?
Yeah.
There's a turd in there. Does it have to be that big?
It's probably on giant screens next to him, too. It's huge.
Could you just put a image up or just even say, hey, we all know what shit looks like. I'm going to be talking about that and my thoughts on a situation with human feces.
A fake doggy do in a jar, would that
This was
suffice.
human shit.
Yeah.
He went all out. He wanted authenticity. He didn't want people to go, "Hey man, you sure that's human shit? It looks like dog shit." No, human shit.
Who picked it up?
I don't know.
An intern?
He was talking about the future of toilets in Beijing. And I guess they're having all types of problems because there's so many fucking people that they're just like shitting in gutters and sidewalks and whatnot.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oh no, Beijing.
So he's trying to draw attention to this problem, which good move. It's a good move. Fill a jar with human shit. It's pressworthy. If he's just talking about, bidets and shit in Beijing, no one cares.
It worked, man.
Did. In places without sanitation, you've got way more than this. Not enough toilets he's talking about. Way more than that, pointing the feces inside the canister. So he's like, there's way more than shit than this in some of these towns. And that's what kids, when they're out playing, they're being exposed to that all the time. More than half of the world's population suffers without clean facilities. Did you know that? God bless America. Half the world's people
Doesn't have
doesn't have clean facilities.
Yeah, America's pretty great.
Yeah, India and China. Think about how many people are over there and how many shithole areas.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think you don't want to say that.
We've seen some of the tumors that come out of that place.
Didn't Fox News teach we're supposed to say S-holes or sh-holes? I think that's how you say that. When you think of things that are basic, right up there with health and enough to eat, you think of having a reasonable toilet. And I think that makes a list. According to UNICEF, 892 million people worldwide have no choice but to shit in the open. 892 million have no choice but to just go on the front lawn and take shit. I love this country. India. Good work by India. They've slashed the number of people in the country forced to shit in the open from 550 million. That's more people than there are in America, dude. In 2014. So in 2014, India had 550 million like shitting on the sidewalk and their front lawn. And less than 150 million today.
Good for India.
Isn't that great? Shave 400 million off the shit in public streets list.
What'd they figure out?
I don't know. Maybe they just killed a bunch of people. I don't know. What I want to know is, and I think it's irresponsible.
This looks to be a picture of something that he's, I guess, trying to.
Well, it looks like a fun toilet.
Yeah.
Clear.
Like a clear cross section here of a commode.
Do you have any questions about this?
What are we learning here? What does it do?
What does it say?
So this doesn't need to be hooked up to a sewer system itself. This is a self-contained sewage system.
So it's an outhouse.
Right.
Basically. The questions I had when I saw the jar, almost overflowing with human shit in it that Bill brought out, I was like, whose shit is that? Like,
That's the question.
I need to know, did someone shit in a jar, or did they shit in a toilet and then it was scooped into the jar? You know what I mean? Like, I think the story begs those questions. Is that Melinda's shit? Is that an intern shit? One of his assistants?
God.
Imagine getting that call in the morning.
It is a load, man.
Hey, Jay, it's Bill at the office. I'm going to need you to come in early today, and please don't take your morning dump.
And it's warm. You're carrying that up to the podium.
Look at that.
Looks
like someone had a good go at first, and then things got away. It looks a little,
What if you're really self-conscious about your bowel movements, and all of a sudden this was your task for the day, and now you're like, oh.
No, I disagree with you, Mike. It looks like he had a little bit of butternut squash at the bottom, and then it tightened up.
You think so?
Yeah, because at the top,
it's got a nice taper on the end of that one.
Yeah.
You can see the taper that ended it, but I don't know, man. That doesn't look. It looks not healthy. I don't know. I just want to know whose it is. If that's Bill's or Melinda's, I need to know. But you, if he called you and asked you to do that, you wouldn't.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying.
It's Bill fucking Gates, man.
I still think I'd require some money. I don't think I'd do it for free.
Yeah. Sinead O'Connor.
Oh, man.
Can we just delete this idiot?
Yeah.
Is it time?
What was the last run-in we had with Sinead? Didn't we try to call her?
She was in that hotel. Remember? She was living in that hotel in Jersey or something.
Didn't we get in a fight with the front desk? They were furious with us or something?
Just real assholes.
It's in our members area.
Is it? Is that where we put that? I can't remember what our angle was. We were trying to get to her room, and we maybe didn't know what number her room was, and so we were guessing. And they were on to us. They had their rabbit ears up for sure.
They'd had enough.
Yeah, and I believe we got into a healthy argument with them.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I believe someone hung up on someone. Yeah. But now she's this fucking.
Oh, she changed her name to some Muslim name, right?
Yeah, she's hijabbing it now.
Yeah.
Someone gave her a hijab, and she said, her friend Elaine gave her a hijab. As soon as she put it on, chills. So she just knew it's all about Muhammad now. And one thing we know about her, is she's batshit crazy. Like that's the one
Absolutely.
consistent thing about Sinead O'Connor is she's batshit crazy. And I think we're getting to the point where she's been on so many fucking suicide rants and my family's trying to fucking kill me rants.
Boy Who Cried Wolf. It's
Yeah.
not even news anymore.
I think it's time to just like, okay, let's just hospitalize this one before it completely goes off the
It's
rails.
kind of a Corey Feldman situation, honestly. You know,
Yeah.
these things keep hitting the headlines, and you're like, oh man, they're just crazy.
It's almost worse though, isn't it?
Worse than Corey Feldman.
Yeah, because Corey's just like he's innocently dancing with devils and angels to horrible music.
No,
He's
I
not
think
hurting anybody.
I think she's worse, and my reasoning, or no, he's worse, and she's better. And my reasoning is that he was just kind of a fucking child star bullshit. She at least at one point was like an adult
Yeah, but
artist. That's all I'm saying.
There are people, and we don't need to name names, but people in the room that have said that Stand By Me, he was a shit actor. So he can't even get credit now for the great childhood years he had. You know what I mean?
God, what else was he in?
The McDonald's commercial. Fucking dynamite. Absolutely dynamite.
Oh, he looks so creepy to me. Very Grandpa Munster.
Yeah, it's not pretty. Lindsay Lohan recently flipped Muslim as well.
That's right.
Muslim. Who do you think is crazier?
Oh, Sinead.
Sinead?
Yeah.
But Lindsay trying to speak Arabic.
Did we do Lindsay in the members area too, where she was following that family?
Yes.
That guy Jack punched her in the face.
Yes.
Punched her.
Absolutely. She was demanding that they give her their children.
Right.
Because she was objecting to the trafficking of these children.
Yeah.
And then she started to speak in like an Arabic accent.
Yep.
And then
Sure.
into Arabic.
Yeah.
You do not take those children.
It was,
Do not take those children from me.
it
By the way,
was,
this is-
You're trafficking those children.
it was so
And
bad.
people in the comment section are like, holy fuck, is she like speaking with an Arabic
Is
accent?
she literally? Oh, it's not my mom. No, you go away.
I do. You know how to erase a phone call?
There you go.
It's a little
Never had
weird.
to
I
do
thought
that.
it was my mom. I was like, fuck. Yeah, it was like, she was doing all the
It's troubling.
It's like, how was that not appropriation of a religion? Like, you are a redhead, you're a ginger fucking American from Freaky Friday or whatever it was.
Ridiculous.
No, you're still those children.
You leave
Find that video. Leave those children.
Finally, I
It's
think
okay,
the mom
kids.
turns
You
around.
are safe with me.
Mom turns around, clocks her in the face.
Yeah.
And then she goes to selfie mode. Oh my God, I've been hit in the face. I've been hit in the face, you guys. You
Immediately.
guys, I was trying to help the kids.
She just never in a million years. She is a hero in the making live, and then she gets punched in the face and immediate victim. It's one of the great videos of the year. It really
you
is.
moron.
Do you have it there? E?
I don't remember in this where she gets punched.
I won't leave until I take you.
I want to leave.
Till I take you. Fucking idiot.
Now I know who you are.
Look at all the hearts.
Don't fuck with me.
Don't fuck with me. Yelling.
Hey, kids.
Following.
This is the Arab.
Why is Dick Pickles jumping in just to say hello?
I know.
You know what I mean?
Learning Arab culture by doing this. Mashallah.
Shalom, Dick Pickles. Hello. Hello.
Pickles.
You're taking these children. They want to go.
They want
really,
to go.
She's really coming
I'm
in and
close
out.
to you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Boys, don't worry.
Yeah, she sounds like Lohan a few
The
times.
whole
And then,
world is seeing this right now.
The whole world.
Shalom. Hello.
She's shaloming people on the streets.
I don't know where the punch comes in.
Yeah, go forward.
That's
I
what
will walk forever.
That's what I wanted to happen to South Park Sally, Somebody
Yeah.
just turn around. Enough! Bam!
Boom, right in a kisser. You will not take those children. Do not take those children.
Has it happened already, or
Back it up, E.
okay? Yeah.
His mom's like, all right.
Wait a minute here. It is from.
Do not take those children.
Give me your hand.
Poor refugee. He's just trying to shuffle down the road. There it is.
Yeah.
She's been clocked. The kids look at her and walk on. Here she goes, selfie mode.
That's awesome seeing your actual face, dude. That's
Truck runs me, and I'm just like so scared.
Oh, what an asshole.
Literally can't. I don't think I can ever change
what she talking
what
Oh.
I wanted.
I want her punched repeatedly in the face.
She's doing her part, Mike.
And you know what that Muslim mother did with those kids. It's when Lindsay went in and was like trying to grab the kid's arm. That's when the mom was like, fuck you, man. Like she was okay with this weirdo idiot American speaking in some fucking foreign dialect badly, following behind going, it's okay, kids. I'm here for you. Shalom. She's fine with that, but once this lady tries to fucking grab her kid's arm, she's like, boom. Good for her. I want her in a room with Sinead O'Connor. Just stick him in a padded room.
Yeah.
Sinead came out. She's now converted to Islam, of course. That's a real powerful move. And she refers to herself now as Shuhada David. Yep. And she had a tweet, and she's branded white people and non-Muslims disgusting. She announced she'd converted last month, posting images of herself wearing this beautiful hijab and a video of her reciting the call to prayer. Today, her tweet read, I'm terribly sorry, but what I'm about to say is something so racist. I never thought my soul could ever feel it. But truly, I never want to spend time with white people again.
No, thank you. No problem.
If that's what non-Muslims are called.
Right.
Not for one moment, for any reason, they are disgusting.
We can accommodate that.
One Muslim Twitter user posted, you must change this thinking, Shuhada. Allah is merciful and Muhammad taught us kindness for all. Another wrote, so you convert to Islam and now you don't want to spend time with white people? If you really think you're an embarrassment you're an embarrassment to Islam, other people are going, hey, by the way, fuckface, you're white too, so you're disgusting.
We got a blind racist situation here.
Chappelle.
It's like
after 36 years,
Clayton Bigsby, was it?
Why? After 36 years? Because she's an N-word lover. Dude, one of the greatest comedy bits ever.
Hey, everybody, does your money work as hard as you do? You will spend upwards of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, and set aside money for retirement. Do you know if you'll be able to retire on your terms? How could you know if you don't have a plan? Let Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial help to make sure your money is working as hard as you are. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark. Isis, did you have something?
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Isis, you're still watching The Simpsons, right?
I actually do. I'm hanging in there.
Yeah. I just, for whatever reason, I can't seem to get.
I know.
It's been a year. I used to be
I'm a super nerd.
Mark and I were the Simpsons experts on the Drew and Mike show.
Are you disenchanted now that you learned that the Matt Groening M&G is not really in Homer's hair?
Yeah, I would have bet E's life on that, dude. I would have. Homer is now set to be in drag.
Well,
for an upcoming episode.
He's done that, hasn't he?
I know.
I was going to say, he wore a muumuu.
Like, I barely watched that show, and I feel like I've seen Homie dressed up.
Well, you watched Mr. Steele's Class.
Dude, I watched like 4 episodes of the first season of Mr. Steele's Class.
So he's getting a glamorous makeover as a drag queen. He'll don a black cocktail dress and blonde beehive beside his wife Marge in an episode called Queen Chante. Marge pretends to be a drag queen to sell Tupperware. It's going to air November 18th. Also feature RuPaul, brother of Ron and Rand. Rand Paul and yeah. Al Jean revealed the news when one of RuPaul, I guess he does that show Drag Race or whatever, some reality show, and whoever wins it, one of the winners is going to be on the episode. RuPaul's going to be on the episode. Another drag queen.
I get RuPaul and Wendy Williams mixed up. Is Wendy Williams not a tranny? Is that an actual chick?
Wendy Williams is the one that fainted on TV. So hilarious.
So right? RuPaul is just a drag queen? Is that the deal?
Ru is dicked.
Okay.
He's dicked.
But Wendy
and
Williams.
He's a guy. He just likes dressing up as a chick. Yeah. Okay. I'm a drag queen, fully dicked, bald.
But Wendy Williams, is that a dude or is that just a chick?
Yeah, I think that's a guy. Yeah. What? Can you pull up the video of her fainting? E, that's the one, right?
I mean,
I think it's worth a second watch.
Yeah, I guess there's some.
Do you remember?
I don't have a faint necessarily in my mind.
Oh,
just
shit.
Mind.
Oh, shit.
It was so spectacular. You guys it's blown your minds and you've forgotten.
Dude. The minute I saw here's a second.
She's dressed up as Lady Liberty.
Yeah. Just 1 second here.
Man, I don't remember it.
It's right up there with the fucking the hairball coughed up by Sharpton. It's that good. Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love this, man. Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah. It's time for our How You Doing Halloween costume contest. We do it every year.
Oh yes, I remember.
So it's a lot of fun. Let's get
look
started.
on her face, just
Our first caress.
Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Keep it together.
Yeah. Boom!
Look at her. It's like she saw a ghost.
Yeah.
The show cut to black and went to an.
Fucking awesome. So my original question, that's a chick or a dude?
No, that's a guy.
It is?
Wendy?
Wendy Williams is a guy.
I don't know.
Pretty
That's
sure. Not sure.
I'll bing it.
Pass out.
Can
But
we see it
you
one
know
more time?
what? I'm a champ.
I thought it was fake at first.
It looks so fake.
Press.
I got this.
Whoa.
Elizabeth.
That's the ghost. That's a ghost.
It's a ghost.
She saw a ghost.
Or it's Elizabeth. It's the big one. I'm coming to Elizabeth.
There was a little bit of that in there.
Did you see it? Back it up again. Yeah, I just want to see
But when it did come back,
if you
on,
saw the Red Fox nature of this.
Oh, yeah.
First caress.
It's the stagger backward.
Elizabeth,
boy.
it's the big one.
Look at the eyes.
It's the big one, Elizabeth. Big dummy.
The show cut to black.
God, spectacular. What a train wreck of a feint. Like, if you feel that, don't you immediately just try to sit your ass down? Isn't that like
That's
rule
what I would
PSA?
think,
Should we do a
dude.
like you start to faint, sit
People
your
are
ass.
fainting though. I don't. The problem with that PSA is how many people does this affect?
Jesus.
Loads of people faint. I think our PSA is fainting, question mark, sit.
Yeah.
We don't need to overword it, make people think, what do I have to do? Stop, drop, and roll.
Fainting, sit.
You know, you
Fainting,
changed
sit.
stop, drop, and roll because you were like, really?
Roll.
Roll.
That's it.
The process of rolling includes stopping and dropping.
Really
You're
does.
overwording this.
You
Remember that-
can't roll without dropping.
and stopping. You know, I suppose you could run and roll. You know, that's more of a somersault, but that would probably work.
Since the beginning of Wendy Williams' career, rumors about whether or not she's transgender have been the subject of conversation.
Poor man.
People do think I was born a man. Topic came up, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, she's denying it. It's absolutely not true, she said about the claims. She's a man. I get it. I've got a strong face, a strong body. I'm 5'11". I wear wigs. I get it.
Yeah.
Do I get upset about it? No.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. Then she will not be offended by this discussion.
Absolutely not.
Thought she was a dude.
So were you guys paying attention to any news last week? I know I wasn't, but I did see.
Yeah, I mean, generally.
Okay, The Simpsons were trending last week because of the
With Apu.
Apu. Yeah, and
It finally eliminated him, right?
No, that's the bullshit thing that happened here, right?
well,
That's what you're gonna say.
I don't know what they're doing. It's South Park has been doing this their series, and they've been doing it like cancel South Park, and they kind of tagged the end of one of their episodes with, you know, racism exists everywhere or something, and then they pan and they go to Springfield with like their crude drawings of the Simpsons racist characters, and then it's cancel the Simpsons. Funny as hell. South Park's been on a roll this year. Very, very funny. So people were like, Apu needs to go. We need to fire Apu. And it sounds like they were getting ready to just ignore Apu's character. And I remember thinking, dude, this is bad. This is not good for Indian actors. If you think this is good, like, okay. And so those Indian people started coming out, dots, not feathers, started coming out and going, it's better to have a character. We don't want you to just fucking eliminate it and act like we don't exist. And so it sounds like they're not going to get rid of him, but I don't know what you do. I mean,
well, basically what happened was,
do I have that story right?
I don't know about that part, but what happened was the guy who said it, like leaked this out here, was some other dude who's like maybe had a small role on the show at one point, gave an interview and said it, and then what's his name?
Hank Azaria?
No, God, no.
I thought Hank Azaria came out strong.
No. This was what happened last week, though. Last week when it was going around.
Now that I know, now that I'm in the know, now that I'm woke, I do have a problem with it.
That's good. He's a woke bae.
Well, no, I'm talking about what went around last week. What went around last week was the story that it's going away, and it was some dude who barely worked on the show at some point, and then what's his name? Al Jean came out, I think, and just said, yeah, he does not work on the show and he does not speak for The Simpsons, and basically just we wish him luck, but no, he does not speak. So he didn't say they weren't getting rid of it, but he did say this dude has no call in decision making, and he does not know what he's talking about. Basically,
I just like this is a weird territory here because I've asked for years, like, what is the line? Like, yes, very good, racist, horrible impersonation. But I can do the Russian voice all day long. No one has a problem. Vodka. No one has a problem with that.
Right now.
You do a Mexican voice, you're on the edge. You do an Asian voice, it's trouble. Stereotypes.
Race versus ethnicity.
Well, you know what? Stereotypes actually do. I know we're not supposed to look at stereotypes, but the reason these things are funny is because they're relatable. You take something, you mock it for whatever it is, and it's like, oh yeah, I get it. I've seen lots of Indian guys who own 7-Elevens. Thank you. Very good. Come again. Whatever. It's like, I just don't know how taking an observation about people's behavior is such a problem. I understand I sound like a very unwoke bay right now as a white cis male.
Well, what do you do about blackface, Mike? You know,
dude, that is so far off the inappropriate level. You know what I mean? Like, dude, that's got a history in racism. You know what I mean? Like minstrel shows and Jim Crow.
Well,
like,
people would point at a poo maybe in 50 years and go, there it is.
Thank you.
That's
come again.
That's where it all started. Us downtrodden Indians.
But if you took
dude, there's complications. When you're talking about different cultures, races, etc. There's history for various peoples, right?
Sure.
And it all plays a part.
Mm-hmm.
It all plays a part. That's why African American issues are more sensitive.
Yeah.
Than perhaps your this very good Asian shit. Because there hasn't been necessarily the history of.
Does it matter that it's not that it's the subject as far as The Simpsons? You're talking about when did that show come out? 89, 90?
Yeah.
I mean, 30 some years it's been on. These characters are established. They don't age. And they are what they are, and everybody's represented. Not every radio guy sounds like they're good morning, honk honk, wacky zoo morning show. That doesn't represent every morning radio team in the country. These zoo morning shows, but everybody's heard that show, which is why that's funny. It's a stereotype about bad radio jocks.
Okay, but you can understand why an Indian, a person, an Asian person of Indian ethnicity would go, you know what, they're making fun of my race, my people, whereas in your other example of radio jocks, like, yeah, you're making fun of a occupation, a dumb group of guys who get together. Do you understand the distinction there?
I do.
I mean, I'm not saying what's right or what's wrong, but you got to be able to see the difference between ripping on a radio jock and an Indian guy.
I do. Okay, I'll take it a step further then. You've got, Bumblebee guy. I don't know what race he is. Like comic book guy. Oh, the stereotype of fat, white, single male living in mom's basement into comic books. Doesn't represent everyone into comics, but that stereotype exists. And then we go, I get it. Yeah, we've all seen that guy. The Indians do own a lot of fucking party stores and gas stations. Why that character worked. Everyone knew that. What are some of the other ones they've had? Like they've got the yokel, the fucking guy banging his cousin, talk like this from down south, whatever his name is. Cletus. I mean, it's piling on the stereotypes of white trash or whatever. And cops. Cop is fat. He's always eating donuts and he's a fucking dope. Like that's what
That's
show
what characters
does.
are. There's markers in our society, in our minds that make us relate to things.
Yeah.
But your question, where is the line? I don't know where the line is. Is the line obviously different than it was 10 years ago? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Is that right? I don't know.
Do you think it's better for society to go, The Simpsons go, oh, okay, Bill owns the 7-Eleven and he's just an American guy. And people go, there's nothing there. I mean, like, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's good to just like, okay, we have become so sensitive as a country that don't even write them in. Don't hire them. Don't write them in. They're turning into a problem in the writing room. They're demanding shit that we can't possibly provide. I think you're doing a disservice to people that are just, I don't know. My point is, I don't think The Simpsons are trying to be mean-spirited and targeting different groups. Maybe I'm wrong about that. And I think you have to take into account, too, that the show was made in fucking 89.
I think you're drilling down too far on it. You need to broaden out. You're losing sight of the forest amongst the trees.
Yeah.
But it really does come down to, not to bring it back to politics again, but you do have half the country that is really pressing for this identity politics sort of stance. And there is an agenda to divide based on race and gender, etc. And there's power to be had there. So this is just one little example of that, I think.
Yeah.
And I know it annoys the fuck out of you, but
it does.
I think you just have to step back and that's what's going on, man. There's a big fucking machine going on right now with half the country, the blue guys, trying to work it that way. And this is just a function of it, and it's just one of the little drips.
And I think that's my overall problem, Jay, is because you're right. I can shut the TV off. It doesn't affect my life. I don't give a shit what the Simpsons do. I don't even watch the show. The problem that I have overall is we know, and we've discussed it for 4 years now, that the thing doesn't go like, oh, wow, everyone in America stopped saying the N-word. Well, glad we got rid of that. We're good. No, now you just go on the next. So if you get Apu thrown off the show, it's like, who's next? Now we go after the fucking, the reason these things are funny is because of the obnoxious stereotype nature of them. You know what I mean? And so take them all away, because if you start going down that line, you lose every character that's worth a shit on these shows. And I think that's really dangerous. I think it's really dangerous, to be taking these things and twisting them like there's some horrible, evil thing. Like, we just are so fucking serious, we can't laugh at anything anymore.
I don't think the machine behind this agenda gives a fuck about Apu or gives a fuck about what anybody thinks about characters on TV.
Well,
it's a larger agenda.
It's much larger. And when you see Last Man Standing or whatever getting thrown off the air when they've got huge ratings because the show is more right-leaning, I mean, that's fucked up. It's the only show on TV.
My point is there's like no analysis going on the other side going, well, where is the line? Gosh, what do we do? If Apu goes away, then where do we?
Yeah.
It's fucking, it's scorched earth.
Yeah.
They're going for this. They're dividing. This is the means in which they're doing it, and that's their strategy. So,
and this needs to be a discussion. We need to have a larger discussion. No, you don't. You immediately go, if you even think Apu should be on TV, you're a racist.
As soon as Megyn Kelly brings up blackface, you use that to get her fired.
Yeah. It's troubling. I know you love this conversation. Let's take a quick time out, Jay. And, oh boy, let's see. Yeah, we got some other stuff to do right here. Maybe we'll get into one of E's favorite subjects, women revealing how they actually feel about men paying for dinner.
And we'll try your mom again, too, right?
Should we?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, we can do that. All right, we're back in a minute.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the show. Mike and Jay. Biggie is here. And as you know, Jay, we discussed it earlier. It's been a really rough day.
Yeah, the whole cock ring thing and everything.
Yeah, fuck. Brutal. If you'll indulge me, I just feel like we need to get a hold of my mom, and I need to just set the record straight on this.
I want to get her side of things, what her reaction was.
I have to know if she told my dad, too. Oh, I'll be mortified. If she went home, she discusses everything with him.
Yeah.
They actually love each other and talk. This would be a discussion point. Like, if I found this in my brother's closet, I would tell Beth or whoever, like a lot. You know what I mean? Over dinner.
Yeah.
Like, it would come up all the time.
Bob, there's bad news. Found a cock ring in Mike's
stay hard
linen.
Stay hard beaded cock rings.
Linen closet, was it? Like a little
just my
little box.
It's like,
little cubby area.
Cubbies. I got extra Q-tips and mouthwash and toothpaste and brushes, cock rings, all that shit. And, like I was saying earlier, my mom was helping me pack things up, and she's very, very organized. And so while I was looking for something for, like, my tongue that I bit to numb it, I found this. And I don't know if it's the worst part of this story, but the fact that the medium-sized one is not in the case is devastating. It's devastating. I need you guys to be professional here.
Absolutely.
Respectful.
Goes without saying. Of course.
If she dares to answer the phone, she's not going to be happy. Fuck. Right. Shit. Bear with me. Mom.
Patricia.
I think I've got her under Mom.
Mommy? Did it say Mommy?
It says Mom. Pat Walters.
Hello?
Hi, Pat. It's Jay and Mike from the Detroit Cast. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Hi, Mom.
Do you have a moment?
I do have a moment.
Yeah, we need to get to the bottom of something here, if you'd indulge us.
Yeah, it's been a rough day, Ma. One of the worst I can remember in a long, long time.
Really?
That
What's
includes
happening?
his surgery recently.
Yeah, that
so,
includes my surgery. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I know. It's not good, and I just need to get some stuff out there. And here's the backstory is I don't know if it's a canker sore or I just bit my tongue.
Cut to the chase, Mike.
And so I basically was looking for, I think it's Ambisol or something, a little thing that'll numb whatever, because it's been hard to talk. I keep biting it. It hurts.
Oh, yeah, painful.
Very painful. Thank you for recognizing
Worst day of your life,
Worst.
sounds like.
Oh, no, it's about to get way worse.
It's about to get way worse, though. So
the biting of the tongue is nothing.
So I told the guys to hang on a second. I'm going to run upstairs. I'm going to find this. We're good to go. And while I was up in my room, I was, you have been nice enough. Obviously, I'm selling the house, and you are very organized, and you helped me organize some areas up there, just kind of boxing things up and whatnot. And so I've been ripping things apart, trying to find stuff that I normally know where it is. And while going through there looking for this thing, I found a case of Stay Hard beaded cock rings.
Yes, I noticed.
Oh, you did. That was our first question.
Yeah, and one of them, the medium-sized one, is missing from the package, and my heart sank. I was like, my poor mother probably thinks I'm using Stay Hard beaded cock rings.
Hold on, don't get all.
I figured.
Don't try to sugarcoat this, Mike.
I don't think there's any chance he said my poor mother, by the way, in his head.
No chance.
Yeah, exactly.
He thought immediately of himself.
Did you hear that response?
Yeah, he thought immediately of himself. What did my mom think of me? Oh my God. All right, Pat, give it to us straight. How did you come upon these? Gross. What was your
How
first
did I
thought?
come upon them? What do you mean?
Well,
you were boxing stuff up. Were you just willy-nilly throwing things in boxes, or were you going, oh, what's this? Oh, Stay Hard.
Well, as I recall, there was some other bits of
by the way.
paraphernalia also that I just kind of grouped together.
There was what paraphernalia?
Other paraphernalia.
There was some other
Do tell.
sexual stuff in there too,
Is
right?
that right?
You're talking about loot. I think condoms are bullshit. I would never use. So if you found those in there, that's fine. I've never used one.
Yeah, well, I assumed then that was a lie always because they were in there.
What else?
They weren't used. They were still packaged, right?
They're never saying they're used.
Thank God for that.
But
what else did you find, Pat?
We had a good giggle over the thong panties we found. We were discussing whether or not Goodwill would take them. You remember that? It was fun.
Exactly.
The beaded cock rings are very, very disturbing, especially with one missing from the package.
Hold on. Before we move on to the beaded cock rings, I want to know what else did you find, Pat? When you say that there was
the subject matter is Stay Hard beaded cock
Not relevant.
It is
Not
because
relevant.
you said it. Then why would you say it if
Why'd
it wasn't?
you bring it up, Pat?
They've got a point there.
So you found other sexual items. What were they? Just quickly rattle them off. Then we'll move on.
Well, I'm recalling condoms, maybe some lube.
Mm-hmm. Big giant black fist.
There's a big giant black dick. Yeah, I don't know.
No,
I don't really. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Jesus
I just made that up.
Christ. Know the room
She
you're in
did
right now. There's
not
a lot.
make that up.
Uh-oh. Sorry.
Did you
Really
honestly
doesn't
think I
matter
have
if
a
she
big
did or she
veiny
didn't. She
black
just said
dildo
dick,
in the
yeah.
house? No.
She
That
did.
hot
She's on
voice, by
record.
the way.
She's on. It is a hot
Don't
voice.
pull that as a droppy.
She is on record.
Did you, when you picked this up, did you read the package to see
Hold
what,
on. Are
what
we
this
done with the
was?
list of things that you found, Pat?
Well,
I
it
want to make
sounds
sure.
like I'm being accused of taking one. I did not.
No,
take one.
not at all. Not at all.
We're assuming that Mike used it.
Yeah, my thought process was, oh my God, there's one missing. My mom is going to see this and think, oh my God, my son's wearing Stay Hard beaded cock rings.
Yeah. Before we get to that answer, though, before we move on, I want to make sure that your list is complete of things that you found. Sexual items.
You are not under oath.
You had
You're
the
not
big
allowed to
black
answer
dick,
anything.
and then what else?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else was in there.
So much.
Nothing. It's irrelevant anyways, and you're
There's
not.
so much.
under oath.
There's so
honestly,
much you
I've
can't even
gotta
remember
say-
it all.
Honestly, I was quite surprised that there wasn't more quote stuff.
Mm.
I didn't know if he had gone through stuff to make sure his mom wouldn't find anything. So I was a little surprised that was there.
Thinned
but
it out a little bit,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
did you filter things out, Mike?
No, I didn't thin anything out. And in my defense, I want you to know that I do not require these. I don't use these. I don't know why
Sure.
one's missing. It's
Sure.
very important to point out that my career at the Drew and Mike Show, we were sent a lot of stuff.
Here we go.
We had
Sure.
You're on record,
Vivid
Mike.
sent us. We got more lubes and rings and vibrating
But
machines.
none of it ended up in your little cubby, other than the cock rings with one missing.
I know.
The medium-sized one.
And if you read the back of it, the one that's missing, so the small ring, Mom, if you read the back, was for maximum erections. The medium one, which is the missing ring, is for hard erections. And then the large ring encircles the upper part of your scrotum to help prevent premature ejaculation. And I don't want...
So which one did you use, Mike?
Well,
you used the middle ring?
the middle ring is the one that's missing, but I absolutely no. I say that I did not use the middle one, and I don't need any help, staying.
Oh, yeah,
by,
sure.
you know
we
what I
all
mean?
know that.
I just don't.
So, Pat, when you saw this
Sure.
package and you picked it up, did you notice that one was missing? And did you think this whole thing through? Like, oh my God, did you have a quick flash in your mind, like your son standing there nude with a big heart on? That must have been troubling.
Honestly, I didn't want to think about it. So I quickly touched and sorted those things and threw them in the box. So no, I really didn't think it through much.
Yeah.
But now you've got me thinking it through.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well,
now I'm wondering.
no,
Is
Describe
he
your
suspect?
Here's what I need to know more than anything. I need it because I know what I would do, and it would be the talk of the dinner table. I need to know if when you got home you said anything to Dad about this, because I will be mortified if not only my mom but my father thinks I'm using Stay Hard beaded cock rings.
Well, I wasn't under oath. I mean, did it matter if I mentioned it to your brother and your sister and your dad? I mean, did it really matter?
Yes.
Did it matter?
So you did that?
So has this been the talk of the family behind my back?
Well, a tad.
Oh, that's
Okay.
awesome. I love it.
God,
Who
Just
and
a
how?
tad.
Who and how? What? How so? Like a group phone call?
Irrelevant.
Or a
Was it
text?
like a talk like we need an intervention?
It was conference. It was a
It was a
conference call.
conference
shit.
call.
No one
Yeah.
said anything when I was in Phoenix, but I did get
Sorry,
kind of a,
dude.
They're all
I
laughing
did
at
get
you
kind of a
behind your
chilly
back.
vibe from everybody,
Yeah.
and now it's all starting to make sense.
They didn't leave you alone with Marshall, right?
To prove my point that I at no point purchased Stay Hard beaded cock rings, the back of there's
Doesn't
no
matter. Irrelevant,
there's-
incompetent,
it's
and
very
immaterial.
This is not immaterial. This is something a judge would accept this into evidence.
Irrelevant.
Exhibit A is there's no price sticker on this, and
So
the
what, dude,
UPC the UPC is X'd out, meaning this was promotional only.
Wrong. This is fake news.
Promotional
Give me
item
that.
only.
One UPC is not X'd out. The black is X'd out. You got clear. Clear is not X'd out. That can be scanned as it was when it was purchased by Mike Walters.
Do you see
But
any?
Jay made a good point.
No, he didn't.
That let's
Several.
say it was a gift to Drew and Mike, to the show,
Yeah.
whatever.
And he gets all these
you,
gifts.
You brought it home,
Yeah,
and
he did.
and there's one missing.
Yeah.
So
Damning.
in fact, Jay's got a point, Mike.
Here's the thing. We would get these gift bags, And in there might be an assortment of
Irrelevant
things.
and incompetent
It
and
might
immaterial.
be-
None of it ended up in your cubby,
It
except
might
for the
be-
cock
Yeah,
rings.
exactly.
Oh wow, that's a rabbit that
Yeah, how
plugs
come no
into your.
heterosexual porn ended up in your bed and stuff?
They didn't send us homo porn.
I
E.
said heterosexual.
Oh, I thought you said homo. But they would give us a
Oh.
gift bag, and it was like, you have this and that, and so
Irrelevant.
we would get this stuff, and then it was like, oh, that's hilarious. I'm gonna sneak that butt plug into Mark's bag, and hopefully at some point he'll get home and be like, oh god damn it.
Who has
Put-
access to your
who
bathroom
put a
cubby?
back-
Oh, so you're accusing Mark or someone of
it
putting
might have
that
been
in your
Mark.
cupboard?
It might have been Mark. We were known for taking Drew's beloved Rolling Stone magazine and gluing just rock
No,
hard
this
dicks
doesn't
from
make
Playgirl
sense.
magazine
This
in
makes
the
no
middle of his
sense.
stories.
So you're saying that Mark, like 4 years ago, foresaw that your mom would be cleaning out your shit in your bathroom? No.
No, but it might have been one of these like,
Actually,
oh
that's fair.
god, who,
Mark might have thought that.
who put cock rings in my bag? Who's the clown?
Yeah, now that I think of it.
Who's the
That is
clown?
fair.
Yeah. And Mark would do something like that. So it could have been I got home and it's like, oh, I don't want to throw these in my garbage and have my garbage man find them. I just chuck them in the cubby.
Oh my God.
And so anyway, Mom, I don't want to take any more of your time, but I just wanted to be on record and let everyone know that I never have worn stay hard beaded cock rings.
That didn't clear anything up.
And it's my word, Ian.
Okay.
My word is my bond. You know
Pat,
that.
you're an absolute saint. You didn't
So-
deserve this.
so
you
where
deserve
are
none of
those-
this.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Jay.
You deserve none of this. All this stuff that
No,
Mike has
I
put you
deserve
through.
none of
Yeah,
it. None of it.
for the record.
And I certainly have a genuine grievance
grievance
that
found you.
Eric is well aware of that keeps coming up on air.
You putting her on the, putting her on the
about-
clock?
Yeah,
What?
will this be a
I'm gonna
clock?
put I'm gonna put you to the clock
No.
real quick here. Here you go.
30 seconds. Hurry up.
You hear it?
Hey, as a mother, I hate being accused of throwing things out that are precious and
Well, then
dear
don't
to
throw 'em
my
out.
children.
This did come up the
That
other day.
I have actually given
Concert
back to
Yeah.
them to take to their own homes, and then they accuse me of disposing of them.
I kind of
Lies,
did, what you
lies,
did.
lies.
I got to be honest. When I heard her story, I think that
You sided with me, didn't
I
you?
sided with her. I don't
Really?
think I
It
don't think-
resonated. Yeah, it's bona fide. Well done,
This is,
Pat.
It
Nice
is
work.
bona
This
fide.
is pussy
Totally.
old woman. This is
Nope.
pussy nana. And,
Nope.
and a lie, too. New category, Jake. Lies. Pure lies.
Nope.
As if I threw my rock concert t-shirts out
Here's
that
why
I'd
I
saved
believe
for
her,
30
Jay.
years.
Her story is that she was doing something, put these all in a bag, drove them. See, because I thought at first, like, if she just put them in a bag and called Mike and said, hey, your shirts are here, and eventually they were just gone, I'd be like, okay, Mike didn't show up and you did throw them away. But she said that she drove to Mike's house, placed the bag of
Not
said
true.
clothes
Not true.
on
Yep.
his front door and said,
No,
"These
no,
are
no,
the
no, no,
shirts."
no, no,
Oh.
no, no. I didn't leave him on the front
No, no,
door. I
you
took him in
wouldn't
his
do that.
house.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
you told
not
them, though. My
true.
point was going to say that you told him, these are your shirts.
Not true.
I don't
Yes.
want them anymore.
Yes.
And I don't think that she would make that up.
Pat has a
true.
specific recollection like that.
And
that
she's
is
an old
damning.
lady. The memory
a
is the
Kavanaugh
first thing to
situation.
go when people turn into old ladies. And so she's clearly. And look, I don't want to get into it. And she's my mother. I forgive you.
You mean because you don't want
First
to get
off,
in because
Mom,
you're wrong?
I forgive you. But
Well, let's see here. This is a Kavanaugh situation we have. One person has basically an exact memory, an exact
The
description
other one
of what
just
she
has a
did.
general claim.
The other one just saying, well, it was her. I mean,
and
I
the
don't know
other
when or
one,
why
and the
or
other
where.
one has,
You know no
as
facts
you would
about
all
the situation.
attest, has a little difficulty reenacting things
Mhm,
and
mhm.
I have
completely.
I have a
You
I
know-
have a
you know what I
story.
mean, guys? You
I
know
have
what
a
I mean?
very storied drug past. That's not fair to bring my shit memory into this. I will never forget you throwing those t-shirts away.
Well,
and
you
I
will
take my
forget 'em
forgiveness
'cause you
back.
didn't see it
I
happen, and it
unforgive
didn't
you for that.
happen.
You resented that they took up the closet space and you threw them away. You didn't respect Motley Crue. You didn't respect Cinderella. You didn't respect Poison. And you were resentful and you threw them away.
Pat, respond.
Okay, so here's another proof
Oh.
that I did this. So at the same time, I gave you all those tags that you have.
Oh, we're losing her.
You know,
Get her.
you know, passes
Oh, all the
to get
tickets
into
and everything.
concerts.
The
Yeah.
ticket
You still
stubs.
have those.
He's been
I know.
posting them all
Yeah,
summer.
I got them out of the
in a
place where some
different- they
psycho
were
was
in a
going to throw them
different
away.
bag. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
one bag you threw away, one you did not.
Wrong. I rescued those before a
Nope.
psychopath threw them in the garbage. Is what happened. I was a dollar late, dollar short, a day late on rescuing those T-shirts.
We're talking
No.
about a woman who did not throw away cock rings when she found them. She is not prone to throwing
Exactly.
things away.
Exactly.
You know,
totally, Jay.
we're running
You
out of
got it.
time here, and
Looks like we got a few more
Yeah.
minutes.
we gotta move
So
on
am I.
here. So I want you to get the family on a conference call, set the record straight, and
Yeah.
Yep. And so anyway, I feel better knowing that you trust your son, your favorite son.
You deserve none of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sorry you had to witness that and carry this for a few weeks. I wish you would have said something earlier.
Yeah. It's gonna be it's sticking with me for a long time, kid.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know. Sorry to bring this
I
up.
know.
I know this is tough, but
Bye, Pat.
bye, Ma.
Hey, see you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye. Love you too. Bye.
Well, that settles
Thank
that.
God, yeah. Wow.
More importantly, we settled, which I'm glad she brought up, the fact that I do now believe that those shirts were thrown away by
I'm with you.
someone in this room.
I'm with Pat.
They were not.
Her story is too...
Dude,
It's too
why?
specific.
Like, why would
she
throw
claim
that bag away?
You didn't
doesn't make any
realize what you
sense.
gapped.
Oh yeah, a bag, black
Dude,
bag.
why would she
filled
lie
with
about
shirts?
this? Why would she lie about
Because
this?
she feels guilty as shit. She knows she's wrong. And dude, do you have any idea how irresponsible it is to come on our airwaves in front of thousands of people and throw willy-nilly, oh, yeah, I found a big black veiny dick in his... Like, what? No, you didn't. That goes to her credibility, too. There
I
has
was sitting
never
down-
been a veiny black dick in this house.
I was sitting down here with her, helping
I mean, the
clean
black
that
guys
one
have been
night.
here, so I suppose that counts. But
I was down here with her that one night cleaning, and when we were getting rid of some of the stuff so you could get the windows
Lots
clean.
of veiny black dicks.
Well, no.
No.
She asked me every item. She's like, I mean, there were like screws, and she's like, should I throw this away?
Yeah.
Should I
She's
throw...
learned,
Very
E, because I've whooped her ass for 10 years about those T-shirts. She's sensitive to it now. That's what you're seeing.
Yeah, you whipped her ass about these T-shirts, and now she's so terrified that she won't even throw a nut away.
She won't throw anything away now.
Hey, everybody, you already know Hamlin Pub's a great place to watch the big tackle ball game with your buddies or even out for an evening with your girl. But are you aware of Hamlin Pub's amazing Tuesday and Thursday food specials? Tuesdays, their burger and brew days. That's an Angus burger, fries, and your choice of 12-ounce domestic beer or pop, just $6.99. If pizza's more your thing, then get there on Thursdays when we get half-off pizzas. These specials are good at all 5 Hamlin Pub locations: Clarkston, Chesterfield, Rochester, and the 2 in Shelby Township.
I have an update, follow up on our previous phone call. You remember when we talked to my mom?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
She just texted me and said, cut the black dick part. Sorry. She understands how irresponsible that was. Reckless. That was reckless. And she knows it's false.
I love, though, that she was willing to play along and go, oh, yeah, I found a big black veiny
Did
dick.
you find it? Well, I wanted to know.
That
was leading.
It was not leading.
It was leading.
A leading
as hell.
question would have been, isn't it true that you found a big black veiny dick?
No,
I said, have you completed your list?
Say that.
I did not. I said, have you completed your list of the things that you found of a sexual nature in
It
that
was
cubby?
leading when you said
Not leading.
Did you find any black fish?
Mike,
And she goes, oh, I did find a black dick. That was totally leading.
No,
If you were
I did ask,
objecting and
was
said
there a black
leading the
fist?
witness, I would say
if there was an
the one that's-
actual
no
judge in here, he would have struck that from the
Overruled?
record.
Yeah, I would say overruled is what I would say.
I would have said objection leading, Your Honor,
And I would say
and his
overruled.
honor would have cracked the gavel and said, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I want you to forget what you just heard about the veiny black dick. That wasn't
led her
leading.
in no way into
And then he
a
was
big
counsel,
veiny black dick.
Counsel, you are
Admonish counsel?
You one more time an outburst like that, leading the witness, and you'll be held in contempt.
He did not.
He would
lead the
hold you in
witness.
contempt. He's facing contempt. He is, and you know what you
And what
did.
does that mean, Mike?
And Jay doesn't care. Jay knows it was leading, but he doesn't care. He wants the jury to hear big black veiny dick.
You don't
That's
think
all he cared
leading
about.
questions are asked at trials, Mike?
Well, Jay was going, dude, this might cost me a night in jail, but fuck it. I need the jury to hear big black veiny dick out of his own mom's mouth. And so I'm going to lead her there. She's going to take the bait. She can't help it. And that's what you did. Shame on you.
She did it on her own.
Should we get to email? Do you
Sure.
want to do any other stories?
Hey, before we do that, gentlemen, Douglas. We haven't mentioned Douglas enough. Don't forget about Douglas, man.
I won't.
It's a great time to sell your house. The trees are beautiful. I mean,
I've got a full breath and waiting to go.
How great does this landscaping look right now? It's just a beautiful time of year.
I go, Doug, the leaves are falling. The grass doesn't look as good. He said, dude, Michigan fall. It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. It's a
Gorgeous.
great time to sell.
Douglas!
We're not singing?
We're gonna find our best friend Doug, and then we're gonna give him a best friend hug. Easy, come on, take it away.
Doug.
He underdogged. Usually
overdogged. Doug.
Oh, no, he overdogged.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Jesus.
Now's the time. Contact Realtor Doug Steinert. It's fall, as I mentioned. Curbside appeal is just outstanding right now. Call him at 248-765-1781. He and the team at Century 21 Campbell will work to get you the absolute best deal on the sale and or purchase of your home. Doug's the man. He's easy to work with and a great friend of the show. So call Douglas today, 248-765-1781. Now, on to email. If you'd like to write in the show, email us at email@detroitcast.com. Similar to
This
Mark.
guy.
Similar to Mark. Mark says, I'm sorry for the delay in this email. I heard a previous show where you talked about the combinations on master locks. So this was me.
Oh, let's go back to Russell and Manny.
Russell and Manny were going back to school, and they're like, day before gym was starting, they're like, oh, yeah, I need a master lock for my locker. And I'm like, oh, shit, don't you have one from last year? Yeah, I've got this one, but I don't remember the com. Son of a bitch. And we went through this whole thing about, would it be cool if you could like register your lock with master lock?
Like on a website.
Yeah,
log
and
in.
go back and find it if you lose your
Did they
comp.
try just going through like guessing the 3 numbers?
We tried every combination.
Really?
Every single one.
So how long did that take?
No, we're
2
not
months?
done. We're not
Oh,
done.
okay. Good.
Yeah. I have a list of the master lock combinations from the company, says Mark.
What? He has a list of what?
He has a list of the master lock combinations from the company. All I need is the serial number on the back of the lock, and I can give you the combination.
Oh, dude, you got to see if that works.
Also, I just bought a lock, and they are setting up an online account that you can save your combination in. So I responded to this dude, and I said I was dismayed that I couldn't find any serial number anywhere. Do you believe that? Like, can't you picture it right on the back?
Yeah,
You know,
for
just
sure.
etched in there, right
There's
in the
like
middle of the back.
The middle, it's like got a
kind of
like a
indent,
or it's raised a little.
I
Looks
know,
like
that's
a ring.
That's how I kind of pictured it too. And I turned it over, and there's nothing. And he's like, yeah, use some alcohol.
You know what
and
I
wipe
bet
it
it is,
off.
dude? Unlock the lock, and I bet when you lift it open, it's probably right on the underside of
That
where it's
occurred
locked
to
in.
me. Like, what if?
There has to be one on there.
Dude, I looked everywhere.
You did? Are you sure you looked everywhere?
I did.
It's a big
I
lock.
looked everywhere. But isn't that something that Mark can do that?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And he responded. He's like, no, seriously, I can do this.
Do
I've
they
got
need lock?
every-
I have master locks upstairs, by the way. You can have
With
they
the
actually need
combinations?
one. Yeah, they're in the box still.
No,
in
no
fact,
combinations.
I don't like the combination ones, so I've got ones that you just slide the thing into a pattern and they
Oh.
open and shit. I'll show them
okay.
to you. You can take them to them.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful colors, blue and red. Oh,
Oh,
gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
prefer the red, but yeah,
Yeah.
sounds great.
Mhm.
Katie writes in, old gals need love too. Now this goes back to the story, of course, of the old folks home who had what were they, the dancers in the
Oh yeah, you're
hunks
talking
and
about.
trunks.
Pull up the video you were watching.
No,
the hedgehog
fuck,
getting
dude.
blown by that.
No,
knife.
no, God, no.
Remember dentures rattling around it? Yeah, that's what Jay's talking about.
Hey
Pull that up.
guys, as an activities coordinator at a returement community, I just had to write in to share some insight about those little minxes across the pond at Milton Lodge Retirement Home. So I guess I wasn't clued in that they were across the pond, but yeah, those are some English ladies that were enjoying the hunks and trunks. My lady's all over 80, says Katie, and I discussed this Butlers in the Buff event this morning at coffee, and the first question was asked was, when can they come here?
Oh, excellent.
Awesome.
Where is she at?
She's in Michigan at an old folks retirement community.
Dude, I have been wanting to go to an old folks home, bring a recorder,
Look, man.
and just interview them about their life. Like,
We talked
And
about getting you guys rooms, remember? And AA,
oh yeah.
listener AA Non came in with a whole spread of information. I mean, there was price lists and everything.
Yeah.
I remember it being a really comprehensive, nice email about
I think
getting
I
you
gotta wait a
guys.
few years.
This was like granite countertops and shit,
Hell
though.
yeah.
It was lovely.
Yeah. Friends, built-in friends.
Yeah.
Someone's cooking your meals. You don't have to worry about the yard work. Dude, I'm serious. I would move into an old folks home now. I would. It's a little steep, but if we can generate the funds,
It's
I would
comparable,
move in
though,
tomorrow.
you know? It's not like outlandishly
Dude,
steep.
Can you imagine? I would be the hot young stud
Can
in
you
the
really
place.
be living at an old folks home, but then driving to your job? Like you're gonna be there, and then
Dude,
you're
you'd
gonna.
pull
It's
so
not
much puss,
prison,
Mike. You would
dude.
pull so much
I
puss.
guarantee it, dude.
You'd be
I
breaking
would.
ribs.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
My lady's all over 80, and I discussed Butlers in the Buff. They said, when can they come here? These gals may be old, but they certainly aren't dead. Trust me, nothing draws a crowd quite like word getting out that the good-looking guys from Station 2 just pulled up for a rescue call.
Whoa.
Or that our 20-something maintenance guys are in the building fixing something.
They're
Wow,
breaking shit in
hell
their
yeah.
rooms, man.
They're like real people.
They're breaking
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
in their rooms. Like,
Barely,
oh,
but they're
crazy, my
still
bed's
there.
broken.
Yeah.
Needed to be fixed.
Those old ladies used to be real ladies.
I know. Well, we were talking at length, like when the hunks and trunks guys left, and it was like you just know Betsy was in there just fucking
Just
dusting that thing off and
jamming
going to
on the
town
bean.
on it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe E should start up his own Hunks and Trunks chapter, says Katie. Unlike hanging out at the bar, he'd be guaranteed to go home with a different woman every night. Let's face it, this age group isn't real picky, since all the men their age are either dead or knocking on heaven's door. Lastly, I did some research and learned that Milton Lodge is a co-ed retirement home.
Hell
How
yeah.
lucky do you think those gents got that night after the butlers left? I bet old Doll and Joan needed a little extra Bengay on those arthritic joints the
Hell
next
yeah.
morning. Doll and Joan.
Oh yeah. What was the other lady's name? Like Olive or something? There was Gertrude, I think. In the
Oh,
mix.
there were some real standards.
Oh yeah.
Periods.
Yeah, names that have been retired for 50 years. I'm serious, dude. Would she let us come down there, me and E with a recorder, me and you and E and J with a recorder, and just talk life with some of these birds? You know, like who's the talkative one there? Can we go interview her or him and ask them real questions? Because these people, believe it or not, because I used to work at one of these, they're not afraid to have real conversations.
Oh, did you?
And they don't give a
Gosh,
shit.
never heard that. Tell us about the guy who shit all over the
Oh yeah, that fucking asshole. But you know, Lola was the shit, dude. Lola in those purple pants. I'd walk by her room and
sensible, just sensible pants.
Her bed is
polyester.
Made, her bed's made. She was still rocking the bod too. I mean, she was really keeping it together. Cute hair. She'd do her makeup in the morning. She'd get all dressed. She'd have her purple, sensible polyester pants on with her orthopedic shoes. And her bed would be made perfectly.
Just a nice blouse.
Looked like she was in the military. And she'd just be sitting on the metal of the bed with her feet dangling under the floor. She'd just be sitting there waiting for someone to tell her what to do now. It's like, Lola, you want... And dude, I would walk into her room and I'd sit right next to her and I'd be like, hi, Lola. What are you doing? She's like, I don't know, waiting. They're probably going to call for breakfast soon. I'm like, yep, probably. You want to go down there now? Okay. Dude, I had such a fucking blast with those people. So we got to go interview some of them. Make it happen, Katie.
Tim writes in. He's a new member who took advantage of the annual subscription deal. So he's touting the MyPillow deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so pumped for the MyPillow, says Tim. My wife and I already own 4 of them and look forward to adding another. We never owned a MyPillow until you guys had the mustachioed goose-hating son of a bitch on your show.
Hell yeah.
We bought 2, loved them, and are replacing all the pillows in our house to Lindell's patented fill.
Dude, do you think if Dot and Gert if Gertrude was going down on Dot after the hunks and trunks left, if we sent them a MyPillow and she could use that for support right at the lower back.
The duck's warmth actually saved my life because I passed out in the snow.
I bet they would have a tremendous amount of fun because you know how much they hold.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
We should send some over to those ladies. I bet they could get
it just sounds too exaggerated to the common person out there.
Some use out of them. You know what I mean?
Randy writes in concerning faggots. Greetings, gentlemen. Hearing all this fuss about the folklore of faggotry, there's yet more reference to the nomenclature that does not include a bundle of sticks nor a cigarette. Okay, this is another meaning of faggot.
Gay guy.
That goes without saying, but this is a meatball. Faggots are meatballs made from minced off cuts and offal.
I've never been offered spaghetti and faggots.
Offal, which I think are like internal organs, like this. Especially pork, together with herbs for flavoring and sometimes added breadcrumbs. It's a traditional dish in the UK, especially South and Mid Wales, and the English Midlands. So if you're ever in England, gentlemen,
Bing spaghetti and faggots and see if anything like a menu pops up at all. You know, see if I want to know.
See some guy,
some guy naked with his dong doing the helicopter with a plate of spaghetti in his hands.
Spaghetti-o cock rings.
Oh man.
Stephanie writes in concerning Mike's gallbladder. Hey, Mike, I had my gallbladder removed 20 years ago. Few tips. Don't eat anything greasy or spicy right now.
Oh, you mean don't eat anything I like? Okay.
Be cautious of anything fried.
That's everything.
You need to take it easy with foods and reintroduce things a little at a time. I ate Taco Bell shortly after my surgery and ended up back in the hospital for a night. Oh, Stephanie.
I present to you, Jay.
Faggots.
Bruce Eats.
Look at that. That's not a bad-looking faggot.
Dude, and that's faggots, a traditional British dish there, similar to a meatball, but larger.
I'd eat that faggot.
I would, too. God, I'd go down on that faggot hard. Look at that.
Eat it up.
Dude, I would love to put those faggots in my mouth. That looks delicious. You see the fullness of those balls? Wow. I could go for a faggot right now.
That's the worst 30 seconds of radio we've ever done.
Punny. I'll give you that. Immature. You can have that too.
Save the rest for tomorrow.
I want a mouthful of faggots right now. Man, pork faggots.
I would put those 2 faggot balls in my mouth. I'd Captain Queeg them first.
Would you?
I would.
Dude, does this 2 pieces of evidence we have right now bring faggots back into the mix?
You mean the use
of the word faggot is game on again, right? What are you having for dinner? A couple faggots. Pork ones. What are you having?
Save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Don't judge.
Thank
Don't
you to
judge
Pat
me
Walters.
about the cock rings. I'm glad I was able to set the record straight.
Oh, the record's been set straight, all right.
It sounds like my mom's going to take care of setting the record straight with the fam, which is good.
It's very, very clear what happened.
We should mention really quick, E has his competition tonight.
Yeah, man.
It's finally here. Mark Ridley's. I think me and T-Roy might go. T-Roy just wants to sit in the back and go, "What up, fam?"
So basically, he just wants to go, and now he did one commercial. He can just have everyone go and suck his dick.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. That's exactly what I needed.
Showbiz,
Never had
baby.
trouble with that. Yeah, it's showbiz. So,
Showbiz.
what do you know? What time you're going on? E, if people want to go, because you need the
starts at
support.
7:30. I don't know how. I mean, I don't know a set
Dozen
list.
people?
Yeah.
And so this goes back to when E won the first round, and he's trying to get to LA where they have him play in clubs for a week, and they're, I don't know, it's a big deal. So he won the first round, and second round is tonight. So if you've got time,
and part of this is
get there
audience
early.
vote, right?
Yeah, audience vote. So people, that's what they do. They pack it with all their friends and family. E doesn't even mention it, so he's just relying on his humor. So if some listeners can make it out to Ridley's tonight, come say hi to us. I think I'm going to be there. I'm not 100% sure yet, E, but I'm going to try.
Good to know.
Well, I don't want people to go, "Oh, I thought you were going to be there."
I hear it.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
I'm going to do my best to be out there and support you. And yeah, hopefully you get a strong set tonight, E. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit. Listen, sugar.